Before the first light of dawn appeared each morning, he was already at his post. His name was Nislo, a proud and energetic rooster. With the power of his loud crow, he woke the entire farm. He was a living alarm clock, reminding the farmers that a new day had begun and saving them from laziness. Nislo was simply doing his duty. But what did he receive in return? Gratitude? No. Instead, he was met with insults, harsh words, and stones thrown without aim. People complained that his crowing was unbearable and that it ruined their sleep. Day after day, morning after morning, Nislo silently endured the humiliation and neglect. One cloudy morning, after being scolded one last time, Nislo climbed onto his favorite fence and stared at the horizon. He thought, where effort has no value, trying again and again to prove yourself is foolish. Leaving with self-respect is the greatest solution. I feel no anger, only deep exhaustion. Nislo took a deep breath and crowed one final time. Then, flapping his wings, he left the farm, flying toward the unknown in search of a place where his existence would be respected. That night, an unfamiliar silence fell over the farm. Before dawn, disaster struck. Thieves who knew the farm's routine took advantage of Nislo's absence. There was no warning, no sound. Everyone slept deeply. The thieves stole all the animals and escaped easily. When the farmers woke up, everything was gone. Only then did they realize that Nislo hadn't just woken them, he had protected them. But by then, it was too late. Life teaches us an important truth: silent forgiveness means stopping yourself from knocking again and again on a door that will never open. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or returning to a toxic place. It means choosing peace, moving forward, and respecting yourself. Now, listen to two more fables that reveal why forgiveness is essential to living a lighter life. On the bank of a vast river lived a turtle named Amara. He was calm, strong, and kin. Every day, he crossed the violent currents and slippery stones of the river to help a friend, Nico, a restless frog. Nico complained constantly and could not swim in deep water. Yet he never tried to learn. He believed Amara was obligated to carry him. For years, Amara carried Nico on his back. Nico never said thank you. As soon as they reached the shore, he jumped off and rushed away, never once looking back to see how exhausted Amara was. One day, a drought came. The river level dropped, and stones appeared like a natural bridge. When Nico saw them, he jumped off Amara's back without a word and crossed the river by hopping over the stones. I'm free now, Nico thought. I don't need that slow turtle anymore. He didn't say goodbye. Amara stood alone in the middle of the river, feeling not just the weight of his shell, but the burden of years of neglect. That night, an old heron sat beside him and said gently, Amara, you have the strength to cross the river. But from now on, choose carefully who you allow to ride on your back. Not every burden is meant to be carried, and not everyone deserves your support. A tear rolled down Amara's face. That day, he forgave, not Nico, but himself. He released the resentment from his heart and decided never again to carry those who showed no respect. A few days later, the rain returned. The river swelled, and the stones disappeared. Nico wanted to cross again, but this time there was no one to carry him. Fearful of the current, he stepped back. Meanwhile, Amara had moved on, living peacefully with a lighter heart. The lesson is clear: not everyone will value your sacrifice, but you must know when to put the burden down. In a neglected alley lived a cat named Nico. He survived like a wounded soldier, eating scraps and running from dogs just to stay alive. Every morning, Nico sat in front of a luxurious house. By the door was an earthen bowl, always empty. Still, he came every day, hoping that someone might pour a little milk or gently stroke his head with kindness. A woman inside the house saw him daily through the window. Yet she never opened the door. Not even a drop of water. Still, Nico waited. One freezing winter morning, as Nico sat again before the empty bowl, a golden cat appeared beside him and said, "Don't you know this door will never open for you?" Nico lowered his head. The golden cat continued, "You were not born just to wait. You were born to find your own happiness. The words pierced Nico's heart. He looked at the closed door one last time, then slowly walked away. There was no anger in him, only clarity. He chose not to waste his life waiting in front of a door that would never open. Knocking again and again on a closed door slowly destroys the soul. Forgiveness means quietly walking away and choosing a new path. Be like Amara. If those you carry do not value you, put them down. Be like Nico. Waiting in front of closed doors is not your destiny. This silent forgiveness will make you stronger from within, because the one who learns to free himself quietly never truly loses.